What was the build up to that, like 8-9 gram trip? Had that turn out?
As in, like, before I lost my mind, or
Like, yeah, yeah, because I find the most stressful. I always have this like real fucking frantic hour where where it's kicking in and everything's just really fucking, and I just can't sit down, and I gotta, and that's when I start freaking out a bit. Like, I'll look and be like, fucking house is fucking filthy.
Yeah, dude. If you ever want to take psychedelics, clean your house. That's a thing for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, from me, it was a weird one. My girlfriend and I were having a great time initially, and I think from memory, she was off in the lounge room sort of doing her own thing, and I used to have a lizard and some snakes back in the day, and 3 cats. So, like, I'm in this, like, in the Bavaria room, I suppose, so we got snakes and everything, and the cats were in there, and they were kind of half, like, bickering. And this is what I remember starting the negative side of the night. Like, the cats were half fighting with each other, and I was like, I couldn't handle it. I'm like, no, like, no fighting. There's no fighting. Like, and then from then on, everything just started going meow, and just went right downhill. It started off like, I don't know, just confusion. I just could just be in one room, and then next minute I'm in another room, and I don't remember getting there, and I think, what's going on here? And then next thing I remember, I was outside, and it was like, hang on, where am I? Where's Jade? What's going on here? And then eventually back inside again. Now I'm panicking and like flicking lights on and off and trying to lock doors, thinking like, I got to go to work. And she's going, it's a Saturday night at like 3 a.m. What are you doing? And I'm like, no. So I just had these flashes of like things, like I'm in the bathroom turning lights on and off, and then I'm back in the bedroom. So I was just freaking out. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm really high. And then I lost all sense of what I didn't even know I was a human being or anything. I don't know. All of a sudden I was just in this void and I wasn't here anymore. And basically, long story short, I'd go into this weird sort of blank void space, and then I'd come back and I'd have like this sort of Groundhog Day thing that people probably say, where you have like that loop feedback thing. That happened for a fair while, and I was coming in and out. And every time I'd come back, I'd see Jade and be like, oh, help, like something, and she's like, relax. And I still knew what was going on at that point. I knew I'd had mushrooms. I knew I was a bit too high and all these things. But then eventually the loop sort of stopped, and I just was stuck in purgatory, like in this void. And it was like this, the Matrix, when Neo and Morpheus are in that blank white space and he calls up all the guns. And it's exactly like that. I was just in this white space. And I was sort of like I was alone, but it was also like I wasn't alone. There was either lots of entities there with me, and they weren't really physically there. They were just, it's like I was in this hive mind thing. But yeah, it was like this blank white space. I was trapped there for fuck knows how long. It felt like thousands of years. And it wasn't just like I had to wait. There was actually like all these trials and tribulations I had to go through in order to get back. And it was the most stressful fucking thing I can ever, like, it's hard to remember and recall it properly, but basically I had to do a bunch of these things in order to get back to our universe. And if I failed, I'd have to go right back to the beginning and wait another eon to have another chance at getting back again. And that's all I can really remember, is that there was some kind of being or entity that was like, nah, you failed. You're going to have to do it again. And I think, do what again? And they're like, you're going to have to go through all that again. Basically, sounds weird, but do you know what a Rolodex is?
Yeah.
So for anyone out there...
numbers and shit.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what a Rolodex is, it's like a little machine. You put business cards in or phone numbers in, whatever, and you press like, B7 or whatever, and it'll go... and get to
the old school, it's iPhone contacts list.
Correct, a physical contacts list. Anyway, at a certain point, I was looking up at this like giant version of a Rolodex kind of sort of thing. I could liken it to a Ferris wheel maybe, but it wasn't a Ferris wheel. Just this huge contraption, and there were these big sheets, like business cards, but there's these huge panes of what I guess you'd call it looked like glass, but every single one of these panes of glass in the Ferris wheel were like different realities and different universes. And ours was one of them, and I could see it. It's like, that's my universe up there. And this being was like, yeah, well, you're going to have to wait until you can get back. I'm thinking, wait. Like, and this is another thing that's hard to describe. Like, there's time goes out the window completely. And they're like, yeah, you know, stupid little monkey man, like, what you call time is, you know, don't worry about it, you'll be fine, just wait. And I think, wait, how long, you know? Thousands and thousands of years, but you'll be right, like, just wait. And basically, this thing that spins around my universe is the only one that's, I'm not making a lot of sense here, but the only one that's accessible is the one that's at the top of this Ferris wheel. And it goes in increments, like, instead of...
Like a clock.
Yeah, so it's like ticking away. But each tick is like 1,000 years.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm watching my universe go clunk, and I've missed the chance. And it's like, now you got to wait until that goes all the way back around. Then you got a chance. But even then, it's not automatic. Like, you don't just, we're not going to put you back. You've got to do the work. And like all this, it was just nuts. Anyway, it was hard. I don't remember what the trials were, but I had to do all this shit. And eventually they, you know, I was rewarded and got given another chance at coming back here. And, oh, dude, when I did come back, you know, eventually I came back and realised, like, oh, I am back now. I'm not gonna dissolve off again. Oh, it was the most incredible feeling ever. Like, just
fuck.
And I was still as high as fuck. Like, you know, like I came back and was like, oh my God, I'm so fucking high, except like I'm good. I know I'm here now. My girlfriend's my girlfriend. And because for a while there, like when I was going through that weird feedback loop thing, I didn't even know who she was. I was like, I know she's important to me and that she means something to me, but I don't know who she is. I don't know who I am. I don't know what life is. It was fucked. It was properly fucked, but you know, it's all part of it.
That fucking freaks me out.
And that's it, dude. It did freak me out. You know, so since then, I've certainly done heaps of trips, but they're just mild and make sure I don't want to go back there. It wasn't intentional then, and it wouldn't be intentional again. So.